Hi. What we have here is we have a problem with our mixer tap, which is a lever tap, and we have constant water dripping. Now what we have to do here is to change the valve and find out which lever tap is dripping. The tools that we're going to use, we have a grip, screwdriver, spanner, and by the way I have a new tool here which I've never used before. I'm dying to use this particular tool. It's like a wrench, but it's, as I heard, it's quite handy. First of all, we have to locate where the stopcock is. In this particular property, the stopcock is underneath the kitchen sink. In other properties, it could vary. Right, and what we have to do to turn the water off, we have to turn it clockwise to turn the water off, and anti-clockwise to turn the water back on. So right now we're going to turn the water off, which is going to go clockwise.
She's gonna give me the other one. What are you doing?
So now the water should be off. Let's check. So what we have here, we just turn off the stopcock, right? But in some properties, right, you have what you call boiler valves, which are these here. You just need a screwdriver, right? And what you just do to turn it off, use a screwdriver and turn it clockwise and make sure it's in the middle, straight, right? And that should turn off the cold water. And these boiler valves, you have them on both sides, hot and cold. And this one here is underneath here. If we can get to it. Trying to get to it, right, and there we go. We turn it clockwise, and that should turn off the hot water too. So what I'm saying is that some properties have what you call, you've got your stopcock, right, and some properties are fitted with isolated valves, right, or known as boiler valves, right, to turn off the water. Use a screwdriver, and that means that we should have the hot water turned off, and which is off. So with this particular tap, the hot water is dripping. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off the head, right, to gain access to the valve. So we're going to take this off here. You have to screw this off. Every mixer tap varies, but it's really simple, right? And we're going to use an Allen key, right? We've got to find out what size Allen key that is, right? So we get the key from here, which I have in my hand, is the right size. So we put the Allen key, and we turn it so we can get the cover off. All right, that should just come off like that. Right, now here we have the valve. Right, so what we have to do now is take off this particular valve. Right, so now what we're going to do here, we're going to take off the valve. Now I'm really dying to use this particular tool, which I said is I've just bought. Right, never used it before, and let's see how this really works. What we have to do is click this on here, put this like that. You should be able to click on there. Okay, there we go. Right, hold on. Okay, that's on there. And what we just do, you hold the tap tight as possible, and you try and get it off. And so here now we're going to remove the valve with a hand. We've already used the spanner already. Take the valve out. This is the valve, which is faulty. This is called a ceramic valve. This is called a ceramic valve. All right, which we've placed here so you can have a look at it properly. Right. And now we're going to replace it with this valve here, which is a new valve. All right. It's for lever taps. So what we just do is we're going to replace this back in here, like that. And just turn with your hand, right, and get your tool. So I'm going to use this new tool, first time ever using it. All right, and we're going to tighten the valve up, like that, like that. You can always use a spanner for this. Right, until we get it very tight. Right, and there we go. Right. We're going to replace the cover back on. As you can see, place the cover back on. Right, make sure it's on properly. Make sure the handles are even like that together, so they can hot and cold are even. Right, so use the Allen key to tighten it up. Make sure it's tightened properly. Right, that's tightened. Screw the lever back on. Everyone's every mixer tap is different, but really it's the same mechanism. So you shouldn't really have any problems with that at all. The manufacturers have a different design, but normally it's the same process of fixing it on and taking it off. What we're going to do, we're going to turn on the taps, right, by the stop valve so the water will flow through, right, and see how it goes from there. Stopcock, as I mentioned before, right, you turn it anti-clockwise to turn it back on, right, fully. Right, and what I do, I always turn it a bit clockwise, just a bit, to make sure there's always a play there. And onto the ball valve, as I said before, right, we're going to turn the ball valve now with a screwdriver, right, and we're going to turn it anti-clockwise to put it back on, and make sure it's in the middle. There we go. That's for the cold water, right, and then we're going to do the same thing. Repeat the same process to the hot water. We locate the ball valve. Try and get it there. Right, and we do the same thing. We turn it anti-clockwise to the middle. And now what we're going to do is test the taps. And now right? Remember, we worked on the hot water. It was the hot water which was dripping. So we're going to put the hot water tap on first. The hot water tap is flowing. We're going to turn it back off and see if there's any drips. No drips from the hot water. And we have to make sure that the cold water is flowing too. So turn the cold water tap on, and that's flowing. And there we go. Thank you very much.